my name's Ronica Powell. Welcome to Soulful Warrior Collective. Thank you for joining me today in this 45-minute yoga shred class. Whole body transformation is what I'm calling this, because we are using all of our muscles in a beautiful yoga alignment, but revving up that heart rate, getting that metabolism boosting activation, and really tapping into our inner fierce warriors. So we will do 3 rounds of yoga shred drills, 8 rounds each drill, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest. And you listen to your body and find out what it needs today. Challenge yourself where you can and find that foundation first and then rev up. So without further ado, a few things. Hand weights I have. Always optional. Between 1 and 3 pounds is really good. I have 2 blocks which you can add in for the yoga burpees. Can be nice for a little shoulder elevation. We will be having a little supportive action at the end, so at least 1 block or supportive cushion or rolled up blanket, and put that off to the side. Water as needed. If you've got some really great music that you love listening to that's just going to get you going, put that on and let's get to it. So first things first, let's find ourselves in easy pose and honor ourselves by coming to the mat today. That is a win in itself. And then I like to just lift my hips and take those hips back and shimmy on the sits bones. Find that place where you're going to rise from. And then from here, collect yourself and start with that beautiful breath. So inhaling through the nose, letting this expansion happen through your belly, that beautiful place through all of this self-esteem and fierceness. So we're going to activate, let it expand. And on the exhale, return to the root. And from there, you lift and release on the exhale, either out the mouth or out the nose at this point, your choice. So just take another couple of breaths in your own rhythm. Find that rhythm. That breathing really starts to activate all through the body. Breathing alone, really, you can feel everything starting to move. So as you inhale, you let a natural expansion happen through your belly, through your rib cage, opening through the chest, returning back to the root, and then lifting from there and lifting in and up. On your next inhale, take your arms up, let those shoulders come down, and then come over to your right. So same way as me right now. Place your right hand in tented fingers in this a little side bend here. Just find a little dissension in the hip and a nice little freedom through this side. As you exhale, bend and come round. So starting to get through that shoulder joint, synovial fluid, nicely going through this mobile shoulder joint, warming yourself up and not overdoing it at this point. We're just warming into it. And then on the next inhale, take your arms up and then come the opposite way. So left hand for you will be down in tented fingers. Find yourself first. Find your release. We want to tense up. Exhale, bend round as we come into bends. But we should be doing the opposite, letting that freedom and that wave, lovely wave, flow through the body. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, place them on your knees. I'm going to turn to the side. You might want to join me here. And with a little resistance in this knee, come forward on the inhale, lift through the heart. And as you exhale, return to this root. You are lifting, pushing the sits bones down and then lifting, lifting, lifting. And then you can breathe beautifully through the back of these shoulders. So as you inhale, you lean forward, you shine through your heart, that beautiful flame. And as you exhale, you come from the root, you lift. And then rather than dumping in the lower back, you're finding this lovely extension. Bring your arms with you if you wish and reach up. Find that fire and that energy and then draw it in with fists of fire. Engage in those biceps. Push through the sits bones, lifting up so much so that your knees may or may not lift off the ground. But it is a result of your lower abdominals and your core engagement that makes those knees lift as you push down and you lift up. There's that beautiful feeling through the body. Woo. Then inhale, last time. Come with me. Draw through the energy. Draw it into your body. You're going to need it later. Come here, and then bring your hands in tinted fingers placed forward, and then uncross your toe and magnetize those toe mounts together, lifting through the body. We inhale, extend. You can keep the legs bent at this point, or you can extend them a little straighter. Exhale, pull in. So use your lower abdominals here. Your hip flexors will kick in, and the stronger your core gets and lower abdominals, the less the hip flexors will grip, and the more it'll be shoo down, deep down in there. So maybe extend the legs, that's an inhale, and on your exhale, you lift up. And then let's take 5, slightly faster. 4, 3, 2, 1. And yes, that builds up. Come into a nice butterfly Supta Baddha Konasana for a moment. Take a little roll side to side, finding that lift through the body. Maybe a little flutter of those butterfly wings. And find that freedom and space again. Come back, place your hands behind you, draw your knees in. This time we're going to do hip twists across the body. So inhale, as you exhale, you draw your right knees over and you look over that left shoulder. So going through the body, rolling there over the sacrum, pulling in. So it's a gentle movement, and you can extend those legs when you feel you can, but keep a softness in the knees even if you extend. We're warming into this. So the twist is coming from where you're most mobile, from your heart up, right? So the hips are nice and supported. And as you magnetize those toe mounts together, you may have forgotten, and you're like, oh yeah, the minute you do that, you feel that inner thigh. One more on each side. Exhale, come back into center. This time, cross your legs. Inhale, come up. Exhale, all the way back. Come into neutral. Swoosh those feet from underneath you and find yourself in a tabletop all fours. Back the shoulders away from the wrist. Give yourself space. Backing off to go forward. So draw yourself like you're sliding in one unit. Inhale. As you exhale, push into the earth. Lift through the core and find that nice doming through the upper back. This is where you really have to concentrate on lifting through the core. And then as you push into the earth, you can feel what the earth gives you. And that is strength, fierceness, power. We need it. And push into the earth and then lift up. On this next one, tuck your toes. Inhale, slide back. On your exhale, start to lift the knees off the ground. Take it nice and slow and come into a bent downward facing dog. From here, have a little play so you can pedal, pedal, pedal. Keep a softness in those knees. Push through your fingertips and the ring of the palm of the hand. And check in with your elbows, that they're not winging out, that they're following in a nice alignment with your hands. From here, inhale, exhale. Push through the earth, roll up, out to high plank. Check in with the shoulders, they're not too far over the wrist. And from here, lifting up. Knees down, lift up in this lovely diagonal. As you start to exhale, looking forward, come down, slide those elbows along the body. Let the pelvis and the belly touch, and ooh, there we are. Shoulders are nicely down the back. Take a little roll, a little wiggle through the hips. From here, inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, lift front body to come into back body to protect that lower back. And there it is. Exhale, tuck your toes. Come all the way into downward facing dog. Take a little pedal, take a little play here. Inhale, let's stick our tongue out the mouth. Ha! Release a lioness breath. Inhale, take a little bounce. Exhale, let's stick that tongue out. Ha! Feel that lift all through the core. Inhale. Exhale, one more time. However loud or soft, that roar is still within you. The inner warrior releasing in, coming out. From here, inhale, bend, either step or jump halfway up your mat so you're under your hips. And then from here, take a little sway. Again, notice the bent knees. Keep that softness right there. Come into center. Inhale, push through the heels. Lift up, find that nice flat back, and exhale, bend down into the fold, hips back, knees back, push through the hips. And from there, find that lift as you lift up through the core and then wave into mountain. Find that position. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold down, bend those knees, bend those hips, come all the way down and then wave out. Find that lovely natural movement. Palms down, step back, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, right leg high, parallel hips. Exhale, bend everything in and then lift up. Lift all the way up. Place your right foot behind your right hand. Train tracks, not tightrope. Nice foundation. And from here, find that central place. Back off, forward and back, and find that lift so that the lower body lifts, your torso lifts away from your thigh. Place your left hand off to the side, tented fingers, or a block is a great thing right here. Bend that back knee. From here, reverse lunge. Start to open up, and as you come out, then there it is. You can extend that back leg as you lift up and open through the chest, lifting through your core. You can take an extra ripple and wave here. Exhale, bend the back knee, sweep through find that circle, and then lift up. Inhale, bring your right hand down, and now see if you can use that abdominal strength to lift with the hips and the abdominals up and shake that leg out for a moment. Bring that right leg back into downward dog. Inhale, bend everything in. Bend the elbows, find that softness. There's the earth. And then from there, inhale, left leg high. On the exhale, bend in again. Lift up through core, through hips. And then you find that space to be able to put that foot off to the side. Again, check in on your foundation. Train tracks, not tightrope. And back off, finding that place where your hips feel nice and central. And then from there, with a bent back leg, right hand here, again, block is a great option. From here, lifting off, you can then open up. So the hips don't twist open. You're still twisting from the chest, from the head, and you're finding that expansion. As you exhale, bend everything in. Feel the earth and all that it gives you. Remember I said the strength and power, that's what it gives you. Then open up. Exhale, bend and come back into alignment. From there, using your core strength, lift that leg, shake it out. You can even do a few openings. Come back, have a little pedal, bend here. Exhale, wave out to high plank. Find that point, push into the earth, lift through the core, knees down. Exhale, nice and slow and controlled. Looking out at that point of focus, finding that strength and control. There's a lot of strength when you come down this way. And you come down in a good, safe alignment. Lift up, lifting up through that front body, shoulders are down the back. And now from there, lifting up, using that core to take you into downward facing dog. From here, bend those knees, look forward, either step or jump underneath your hips. From here, wave out on the inhale, exhale, bend, slide everything back, lift up, and then pause here in this beautiful chair. Find that position. We'll be in a variation of this throughout class. So we want to get this foundation just right. So find this position. From here, we'll just fly our arms up and down. Just a little gentle relief. In and out. And then come into center. Find your chair again. And from here, lifting up. Fist of fire. Igniting that warrior. And then just take a little ease here and rotate through your hands. Coming out into temple. So first things first, make sure your knees are tracking over, same direction as your feet. Knees go back, hips slide back, lift from the core, open chest. There's your foundation. So we're going to be doing 8 rounds of various tempo. This would be a time to grab those hand weights if you want. The first round is some good punching out here. So it's a controlled fierceness rather than a flailing. We are going for a nice, controlled, fierce warrior look. then 4 rounds. We do 4 rounds of the Vogue. So this is about opening and closing and finding that lift and moving this way. 4 rounds of that. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. I'm going to start my trusty timer here. We have 10 seconds to find our position. So if you have the weights, let's start here. Make sure everything is pushed through the heels, and let's get to it. First round slightly slower. So let's just, we're starting in that first round of 20. So you're extending. I like to keep a little bounce so I don't get stagnant here. You can that empowerment. 3, 2, and 1. You can place those weights down, gather that energy. Just 10 seconds rest. That's not long, as you'll find out. Let's go. So getting into a slow to moderate, moving through. If you've done this many times, you can take it at your pace. So just finding what works. It builds. These build quickly. We have 7 seconds. So you're breathing out the mouth when you're doing those shreds. You'll need all the oxygen you can get. Place down those weights and then just find a nice circle. Maybe rotate through the wrists, and as you come back down, pick up those weights. We're already into our 3rd round, so you can get a bit more speedy with it. But don't compromise that foundation. Really important that you get this form. You can work into this pace. 8 seconds. I do this a lot. This is the pace I go at when I'm looking for that rev of the cardio. 2 and 1. Bend those knees, place down, gather the energy, circle those hands, get some spaciousness through the wrists. Last round of these punch outs. So this is whole body. I don't have to tell you that. You can feel by holding yourself in this tempo with a lifted core engagement. And then you've got this added on extra bonus of the arms. 3, 2, and 1. Place those weights down and come all the way around circle. If you want to continue with the weights, this would be a time. Bring them out. The Vogue. Yes, ladies with an attitude. Fellas that are in the mood. I think that's how it went. Okay, exhaling. So you're bringing those elbows together and opening. We have 5 seconds. So working through, I'm sure the legs are burning, and 1. You can bring those weights to the side, and if you like, just take a little movement through the legs. We've been holding a while now. So bring those arms up, bring them out into the Vogue. So check in, press through those heels, lift through your body, inner thighs, through that core. 10 seconds, and woo! If you lose your balance, just get back into place. Keep breathing. You're really feeling yourself draw out, draw in. 10 seconds. Again, you might want to get a little spaciousness in those hip flexors. Find your position, check in with your tracking, open up. This one is not so much about the speed. You can take it a little faster each time. You really want to make sure that everything is aligned as you open and close. And yes, you feel it through those shoulders, through the arms, through the legs. 3, 2, and 1. I'm right there with you. I feel it. Maybe a little of this action can feel nice. A little wave and movement. We have 3 seconds. And then we're going into our last round. Remember, you can always put these weights down or come a little lower or do a little closer here. But find something that is making you challenge yourself just a little bit. Just taking somewhere where you don't maybe normally go. Woo! And there it is. Place those weights around. First shred. Done. So go side to side and take a little wind. I like to take my arms out. Get some freedom through there, that spaciousness. And then turn your legs, feet a little more parallel, hips going back. And again, you can take your arms out, you can place them on your thighs and feel that inner thigh. And maybe you want to reach down to the floor. You may find a place where you're like, oh yeah, I need a little extra moment there. And that's all good. Find what works. Then come into center, sit back, lift up through your core. Ooh, place your hands at heart center. Then bring your legs in and take a little stretch here. A little spaciousness as we move into the burpees. Here they are. Yeah, so if you have those 2 blocks, you can use the 2 blocks now. I'll show you all the modifications that can be done depending on what you need today. So first things first, find that chair. I said variations of this. This is it. This is where we're at. Hands down. So you can step back, bent legs. Really important to step back, bent legs. Then step underneath your hips to give yourself space and freedom to then push through the heels, lift through the core, fists of fire. That is your essential basic yoga burpee. If you would like to jump back, again, same thing applies. Bent knees, under hips, and up. If you don't want to be on your hands today, there's something for everyone. So sit back in that chair, lunge back on the right, lunge back on the left, and join in for this fist of fire. If you are looking for a little elevation in the shoulders, blocks are a great thing. I love a good block, good supportive prop. So place your hands, make sure your hands are on it, bending everything. Same thing applies, jump back, jump forward, and up. So find something that works for you today. That is round A. Round B, so we're alternating A, B for the 8 rounds. B will be a wide squat, and we will be going down and up, down and left, and then working on that. So come with me, and we're gonna have a lot of fun, and we're gonna get the salty glow on. We have 10 seconds here as I put on that trusty timer. So find your position first and foremost. First round, we're gonna go nice and slow and get that foundation. Lift up through your core. Let's go, hands down. Let's do a step back, and then a step forward. Find your position, sit back, and thrust up. Well, rock it up. Come down. If you want to jump, try a jump here. 5 seconds, and up. And with that time, make the most of it. Do a few extra squats, fill the time. And just take a little, that's our first round. So coming into the wide squat. A little bit wider than your hips, find your position. Right elbow, left knee. So you're pushing through the heels and lifting. You might want to find a point of focus. Pushing your hands together. Oh yeah, hello biceps. And then come across. So you're twisting from the top of your body, not your hips. Your hips and knees are going straight up and down. Find your rest. We have 10 seconds. So going back to that burpee. So maybe you want to take it up a bit. 3, 2, 1, find your position. Okay, a more moderate pace. Fists of fire. Find the positions. Find what works. Maybe it's a step back. Maybe it's a jump back. But it is definitely bent legs and spaciousness and strength. We have 2 seconds. Fill those 2 seconds. Woo! I went a little over, but hey. And then find that breath as we move into the alternative, the B. So up. So like I say, the knees are going up and down. You're pushing through the hips, but your chest, that's why we've got our hands here to remind us that is what's going across the body. Try and find that lift through the core. Support your body. 2 and 1. And just rotate to it. In it to win it here. Starting to build up. Find that chair position. Okay, we can add on here if you wish. And you're feeling a little sassy, a little fierce, a little fiery, a little warrior. Give it a go. Maybe 1 hop this round, maybe 2. We have 5 seconds. I think we have time for 1 more burpee, and maybe that is where the hop comes in. And like I say, build, 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 whole body. Short amount of time, great results. Let's go for that wide squat. So this requires balance and concentration. Yeah, a lot of squats, so we're really getting in it. We're firing the fast twitch muscles and a lot of strength and endurance. Don't have to tell you. You can hear in my breath Let's take a little moment here. Forearms on thighs. And then find your chair position. Last round of burpees. Woo! Coming forward. Maybe try that hop on this round. See what happens when you're in that challenge. How do you rise to the challenge? How do you face it? How do you come into it with all of your focus and intention? 1 second. Yes, there it is. So one more round of round B, the wide squat. Find your position. Sit back in that chair. Shh. And across the body. Shh. So try and be balanced as you come up, right? You're lifting through that core. You can feel it all the way down in that pelvic floor. It's just a gentle turning side to side. We have 3, 2, and 1. Oh yes, we made it. Nice inhales and exhales, and shake it out. Shake everything out there. Take a deep breath. Inhale up and exhale, still leaving that heart slightly elevated. Forearms on your knees. Get a nice extension through the back, lifting up through the core. Place your hands down, step back into downward facing dog. A little pedal here. Maybe coming down on those knees for a moment. And then from here, inhale. If it's not comfortable to sit on your knees, you can sit up. You can also sit on your toes like so and get a nice little, nice stretch and movement through those feet. Whew. Took my breath away. I don't know about you, definitely took my breath away. And then just come into bird dog and extend that back leg. Breathe through the back of the leg. Maybe do a little windshield wiper here. Feels really nice. And then swap over on the left. Just breathing through, sending breath where it is needed right now. And feel all the wonderful feels of fierceness that you have awoken within your body. So our next shred is some more burpees with an alternating running plank in between. So same thing with the burpees, building up, and then in between we have a running plank. If you would like to come off your hands, again, there is this option. Great option. All of it working towards that whole body. So pick and choose what works for you. Give it a go. So first round will be our burpees. We're already warmed up, so we're going to continue in the same pattern that we were. So find your chair position. First 20 seconds, hands down. Come all the way back. Come back, lift up. Maybe a hop here, maybe fists of fire. As I say, we're already in these burpees, so we're nice and warm. Body is ready for this. Body knows where it's going. Mind knows where it's going. 3 seconds, 2, and 1. Take a little moment here. So the next round, running planks or the running squat. So come all the way down and jump back from here. Let's take a nice walking plank to begin with. A nice walk around the lake. Just walking along, so 10 seconds. So you're lifting through the core. Make sure you're pushing through those fingertips and the ring of the palm of the hand. Lifting up through the body. 1 second. And place your knees down. Take a moment. And rotate through the wrists. Come on up. Step forward. Find that chair position. Here we go. Burpees. Jump back. Jump forward. Maybe try a hop here. Always an option. Find what's working. Maybe it's a fist of fire. But take it to somewhere that keeps you going, keeps you moving. 3 seconds. I think we have time for one more burpee. Come down. Place your hands down and step back. Maybe hold a little plank here for a few seconds if you have it in you. Let's go. So now a moderate. This is our B round, right? The alternating. This is firing everything up. I don't have to tell you, you can feel it. I'm breathing with you, you can hear it in my voice. 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down for a moment. Inhales and exhales, rotate, get some spaciousness through the wrists. Come back and then hop forward or step forward. Get ready with that chair. This time, jump back. Let's try a little Diablo Asana. To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, center, bend. Come forward, this time, fists of fire. So we'll do that again. It's new, but we're adding it on. A little sneaky add-on. Right, left, knees down. We don't have time for any more, but we really feel that 20 seconds. Come all the way around. Okay, come in. Let's find that running plank again. So take it a little faster than you did last time, maybe. See how that feels. Keep breathing, keep lifting, keep pushing into the earth. It's supporting you and giving you that fierce power to get you through this. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Woo. Another rotation. Getting spaciousness through the wrists. Come back up. Hold in plank. Step forward. Find your position. Let's go. So this is our last round of burpees. So try that Diablo Asana. Maybe try a hop. Find again what is working for you. But don't back away. Don't be afraid to just give a little try. Try something new. That's 1 second. Let's take our arms on our forearms on our thighs rather. Woo, messing with my brain. Hands down, step back into plank. Let's go. Last one of this running plank. So where are you going to take it? Find that foundation. Push through the earth. Make sure the head is in line with the spine and you're lifting through that core. As you find that fierceness, where do you go to keep you going? 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Woo! Yes, indeed. The fierceness is definitely there. We are firing on all cylinders and we are victorious. No matter how much you did of that and no matter the speed, you did it. You can say you did it and that's a wonderful, beautiful thing. Bring your hands in front of you and now just lift up and exhale, come down, lift up and come down, lifting through the core and lift up and come down. Rotate through the shoulders a little and then find your hands in an open clasp, open hand, chest expansion. So lifting up through the core and then that wave continues and allows for a nice gentle opening through the chest. A little counter posing action to all of the planks and gently ease your hands away from one another. You might feel a little release in the wrists. It's a wonderful thing. Inhale here. And if this is accessible to you, come on down with a chest expansion, forehead to mat. If that doesn't feel so good and you'd rather have your hands, you can just place them on your lower back, or you can even come fully into a nice rock for a moment and feel the breath through the shoulder blades. If your hands are in that chest expansion and you're gently pulling away, now release them onto the sacrum and let them melt. And everyone come into this rock pose, breathing into the shoulder blades. There's a lot of action that's gone on there. Get some breath moving through the body and then just bring your hands out in front of you in child's pose. And take your hands over towards the right so you have this little moon sensation, crescent moon. Maybe the hips go off to the left, off the heel a bit. And then just find a wave through there. Keep the body in what is called dynamic stretching. So there's movement through the stretch rather than a static hold. Telling the body to let go, to release. We've done our thing. And now we're moving into that melting moment. And then from here, come back into center. And then slowly with a lifted core, come up. I like a tented finger. Feels like I've got those gecko hands. And maybe if it's accessible to you today, come all the way behind, lifting up through the core. Place the hands, palms down, fingers facing forward. Maybe lift a right leg out. Push through the heel, a left leg. Lifting up through the hips and taking a moment here And then hips down and come all the way down. And move any weights or props off to the side and come down on the forearms. And then lie on the back and take your feet slightly wider than your hips and do a windshield wiper. I like to place my hands on my belly and then sometimes on the hip flexors wherever I feel like I need a little acknowledgement of all the strength and power that has gone on. A nice little reminder to get soft now after that strength, the yin and the yang. Then bring your legs together and then from here, arms by your side. And then pushing your triceps into the earth, lifting through the hips, lifting up, pushing through the heels. You're in this, what I would call a drawbridge rather than a bridge. Neck, nice spaciousness. We're not squeezing down on the chin. There's a nice openness to all of this. A slight engagement so that we can protect that lower back. And then from here, nice and slowly, let's just take a count of 10 and feel the back muscles melting in. 10, 9, holding the contraction as we come down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Things are starting to release. 3, glutes release. 2, arms release. And 1. And as your hips touch the ground, just remind those glutes to let go. Again, windshield wiper, inhale. Release and let go of any tensions. And then when your legs come over to the right, just roll up for a moment and grab a block or your supportive prop and then come back into lying on your back with the soles of the feet. Push up again through the bridge and then place that prop underneath. If it's a block, you can have the medium, you can have the low or the medium. Wherever you're going, make sure it is under this hip girdle rather than in the lower back. It's the sacrum here so that you're not on the lower back area, either this, medium or low. And then place your arms by the side. And then if it feels okay, stretch your right leg, lifting up through your core ever so slightly, protecting that lower back. And then try the left leg. You might want to drop the block down a little if it feels too back bendy. But just see what works. And you can feel a nice spaciousness through those hip flexors, which we have used a lot in all of that squatting, the temple, everything. So you might even give them a little stroke if you feel balanced and stable here. And just breathe through this lovely extension. Also an option is to extend the arms overhead if you feel stable. And just really let all of this start to absorb through the body. Feel all of the energy that is now fired up from within. Radiating vibrant, fierce warrior energy. Whole body transformation. And then bring your arms back down to the side if they're overhead, and then slowly, one at a time, draw your heels in. And then when you're nice and stable, push through the heels, lift the hips, and just take that block from underneath you. And nice and slowly again, feeling all of those back muscles. Take your time as you lower back down. Really feel the connection with the earth here. And as your hips come to the ground, bring your hands, palms of your hands, to where the thighs meet the hip creases, and just gently pull or push away here. Feel maybe a little spaciousness in the back. And then give that area a nice massage. And now from here, slide yourself into your final resting position. Be it Shavasana, or if you want to do Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly, then come into that. But put some blocks underneath your props. If you're up in this butterfly, it's nice to have something to support you so you can really let go. If you're in Shavasana, maybe just slightly wiggle those shoulder blades towards one another, but leave them where they are in relation to the ears. Have your arms away from the body and the feet nice and relaxed, and legs relaxed. Scan the body for any last remaining tensions and send the mind there and tell that part to let go. I know the glutes want to hold on. Encourage them to just really soften here. Soften throughout the body as you scan from your toes, up your legs, through the back, the stomach. Let it soften, be a soft belly. Let the arms melt into the mat and the shoulder blades melt. The weight of the head in the floor, and a softness comes across the face. The jaw softens, the cheekbones, the third eye center between the eyebrow, relax and soften, across the forehead, and the ears melt towards the ground. With your eyes gently closed, feel the sensations of the body. Allow the body now to absorb this fierceness and let it remain within you throughout your day. Enjoy the stillness. I'll guide you out in a moment when it is time. Start to come back into awareness of the body. Maybe running the thumb over every fingertips, feeling that physical sensation and wiggling the toes. Rotating through the wrists and a little windshield wiper of the feet. Awakening the body, the renewed energy. Bring the legs towards one another in the midline and extend the arms overhead in a fresh inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, extend again, and on this exhale, draw your arms to the side and bend your legs and draw your heels into your glutes. Taking a moment as you roll over to the side, acknowledging the ground that supports you beneath you. And then use your nice strong arms to push you back into a nice, comfortable, easy pose. As we began, so shall we end. Shimmy those sits bones and feel all the feels that you have running through your body. Inhale, bring your arms up, and on your exhale, with your hands together, drawing that energy through this strong midline, come and hover in front of your heart. Place one hand on heart and one hand on belly. Those strong, powerful centers where we have generated our fierce inner warriors. Whole body transformation. Energy from within that is glowing all around us. Take this with you throughout your day, your week, and please join me again soon. Enjoy your day and thank you for being with me, beautiful warriors.